Hey there guys, this is 88 Shadow Angel here as always, and today I'm going to bring you something that I've been working on, and something a wee bit special I think, or at least something that I believe looks a bit different. Uh, so people who who I suppose have seen the Facebook page will probably already know what this is, but this is my new NID, I'll say. But I looked, basically it's the Exocrine model, which I'll show you its full look in a minute. The Exocrine is the big one with the cannon, so you can probably already see where this is going. But something about it never really looked right to me, and I think it was the head. I could never get on with how the head looks. It just looked too cheesy and a bit, there was something just a bit missing from it, I think, for my liking. So I've done a bit of my own work, custom work on it, and have quite suitably renamed it. This species of it is known as the Megazoid. All become apparent, I'm sure. So as you can see, I've done a close-up of the main head for you, just for the minute. But let's have a proper look at this beastie and see there we go. So if I bring this out, so it sits just like that. So as you can see, I've combined the Hesperax, or I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Hesperax model head with the obviously the Exocrine cannon to create this beast. And so with a bit of reworking and cutting of all the tendrils out singly, so I had to cut all these bits off separately, and then place the head under the cannon, and then rebuild all these, and then it's like green stuff to make the neck and all the joints and things like that. So but I got the idea from just reading through the rules and seeing that you could give this big beast the regeneration rule, and I wanted to do something that kind of went with that ability. And I thought, well, I used to like how Tyranids looked with the feeder tendrils. It was a really cool look for them, and and it just looked that bit more Xenos for my like it. So I looked at it and I went, well, why not give this feeder tendrils? So then it gives it the purpose of firing the bioplasma, which it fires out the cannon, and also helps it regen its body when it's been wounded. It's a big old beastie, as you can see. It's on the big flying base. So if I give you a sideward look like that, I've also given it a pair of Hive Tyrant Scything Talons, just because the ones that come with the actual model I found a bit weedy and didn't really do justice to how big this thing really is. So yeah, as always, it's been painted up in my usual Tyranid colour scheme, with the shiny purple carapace and the somewhat camo-ish green skin. All the flesh parts have been done in a slightly darker green to represent more of a muscle rather than the hardened skin that's formed over. And also, as always, with the tendrils, I've done Nurgle's Rot detailing, just to give it that kind of really disgusting goo over the top. I've also done the teeth, the actual talon bits of the teeth on the end I've done in black, as like a black bone like look, because I wanted to have something that looked stronger than bone, to obviously go cutting through bits of whatever, so stone and stones, metals, materials, all that And so yeah, and so I think he's come out looking okay. I definitely prefer the look of it. But knowing how much work has gone into it, obviously you're going to have that effect anyway for any custom model. But yeah, I think. But to me, it looks like a Tyranid bio cannon for some. Doesn't have that kind of cheesy grin that comes on the other head. But yeah, so. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't really know where to go. So yeah, so all in all, it is a really nice kit. Really simple to go together, unless you choose to do what I did. But all in all, it's the kit, the Exocrine kit, and everything is really nice. It's a really well put together kit. It goes together quite nicely. There's a couple small issues with, I think it was the side vents on the hair. It's slightly, it's a bit awkward, but with a bit of work and stuff, it's fine. They're all like 2 parts that bit, so the front and rear legs are in 2 split and stuff. All the usual jazz. But yeah, it's a really nice kit, and like I say, you get a really cool model at the end of it. Whichever one you go for, this one or the Hosparax or Hesperax, or however the bloody how you pronounce it. It's it's just really nice, and something I've always loved about Tyranids is the fact you can kind of go with the imagination of how you think they go, because you can just class it as a biomorph and it goes, yeah, that looks somewhat as it's meant to. But yeah, so if I just take a bit closer, so a bit of a closer look, you can also see I've carried on with the tradition of the silver teeth, the blue eyes as well. I don't know why I do blue eyes, I just like blue eyes on the Tyranids. I think they kind of, actually I do know why, it's because you can create quite a bit of depth with blue, and you can also give them that kind of lifeless look to them as well. Same for on the cannon as well. Obviously on the all Tyranid guns have eyes because they're some form of weird other insects and stuff. But yeah, so let's give that a quick spin. So as you can see, it's definitely somewhat of a centerpiece for the army. And so there you go. So I hope you like it, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing as well. For anyone who's gone over and looked at the Facebook page, following the link down below, thank you as well for getting that up. Thank you for all the comments, for all the likes, all the messages. It helps. But yeah, thank you very much. Thank you quite a lot, guys. Next, actually, I already know what the next vid will be. The next vid will be another wrestling vid that's coming up. After that, it may be some of the new guard, or it could be possibly a rather large Primarch that's recently been released, which I've got some somewhat interesting plans for in terms of how I'm going to do him. Definitely something different, I hope, as always. But yeah, thanks again, guys, and I shall catch you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.